All right, guys. So once again, Biden misses on the jobs report. Okay, he missed again. We created fewer jobs last month than what was expected. Okay, it's expected that this economy is supposed to be on fire. Okay, we're supposed to have record levels of GDP growth. We're supposed to have record job numbers, but it looks like this recovery is coming in a little weak. It's coming in a little weak under Biden. Okay, weak, right? Now, if you listen to the liberal media, they'll try to explain it away, and say, oh, well, Biden still added 550,000 jobs. And don't worry about the fact that it's been estimated that, he's supposed to add a lot more. Okay, that he was supposed to add a million 2 months ago and only got 200 some thousand. Don't worry about that. It's okay. Here's the issue, guys. Like I told you guys before, one of the reasons why Biden and Janet Yellen, right, they want to spend so much is because they believe back in 2008, that recovery from the Great Recession, they believe that they did not spend enough. They believe that the stimulus that Obama did was not enough, and that's why the recovery was slower than expected. Okay, so that's why Biden wants to spend so much money, because he wants to make sure that he can get the most out of this recovery. And they think that the way to do that is just to spend more government money. And with these weak job report numbers, it's kind of hard to justify that this is working. Well, at the very least, at this moment. Okay, and what we all know from common sense is that people aren't going back to work for a few reasons that have primarily been the fault of the Biden administration. Okay, schools being closed is one, and unemployment, right? But Biden does not want to acknowledge that. He don't want to acknowledge it. He wants to blame everybody else. So listen to Biden try to explain away his weak jobs report.
This report is based on a weekly, in a week in early May. That's how they determined the job growth or loss. We have growth, and that was that week in May, we only had 35% of working age adults had been fully vaccinated. Now they were still all wearing masks. Since then, 21 million more adults have gotten vaccinated, making it easy for them to return to work safely. In short, this is progress, historic progress. Progress that's pulling our economy out of the worst crisis it's been in 100 years. And it's testament to the new strategy that is growing this economy, not only growing it, but growing from the bottom up and the middle out. Remember, when I took office in January, our economy was in a tailspin. Job growth had stalled. COVID was raging. Average initial claims for unemployment insurance were over 830,000 per week. Now those claims have fallen below 430,000, about half of what they were when I took office. Before I took office, almost 24 million Americans were going hungry. Remember those long lines of cars, miles long, people waiting for just a box of food to be put in their trunk? That number has already dropped by 25%. Still too many, but clear progress.
So in a nutshell, Biden's blaming the vaccines, okay? He's blaming vaccines, and he's low-key trying to blame Trump, right? Oh, man, you can't make this up, right? He's blaming the vaccines, and he's low-key trying to blame Trump for his disastrous job report. Even though, for all intents and purposes, Biden got a layup, bruh. He got a layup, okay, from Trump. So let's read a little bit more here about the jobs report so we can get more details. This is from Fox Business. Job report misses estimates with 559,000 jobs added. Unemployment rate falls to 5.8%. U.S. employers added fewer than expected jobs last month as extended unemployment benefits encourage workers to stay home. Fox Business is no holds bar on this. I love it. Employers added 559,000 jobs in May. The Labor Department said Friday, missing the additional 650,000 jobs that analysts surveyed by Refinitiv were expected. April's reading was revised higher by 12,000 to 278,000. Now remember, in April, it was supposed to be like close to 1 million jobs added in April. Okay, and that number, 278,000, that was way under what they expected. Okay, so Biden comes in again, and now he's about 100,000 less this month, okay? So Biden's really missing the mark here. The unemployment rate, meanwhile, declined 0.03 percentage points to 5.8%, its lowest since the pandemic caused businesses to shut down their doors in March 2020. Despite the gains, the U.S. economy has 7.6 million or 5% fewer workers from its February 2020 pre-pandemic level. Okay, so we're also losing workers, right? Our labor force has been reduced since the pandemic. People have just decided to stop working, okay? And I wonder why people have decided to just stop working. Would it have something to do with all the money that's being given out by the government? I don't know. Let's ask Paul Krugman, okay? Paul Krugman, whom has nothing really to say here about the Biden's job report, as the liberal economist seems to be perplexed about what's going on. Why isn't the recovery as strong as the liberal economists expect it to be? So let's read Paul Krugman's thoughts, aka his mental gymnastics, to see how he's trying to explain this weak recovery. Mr. Krugman says, I guess I'm supposed to have some smart take on the jobs numbers, which were very good by ordinary standards. Really? I don't know, man. Expectations were a lot higher than it came in, but aren't giving the million a month some were expecting. What do they tell us? One, mainly, I think they tell us that we don't know much about how fast an economy can recover from a pandemic-induced slump. There were good reasons to expect a V-shaped recovery, and that's what we're seeing. But I don't know what model, either in the sense of a set of equations or in applicable historical example, would tell us whether 0.5 million, 1 million, or 1.5 million makes sense as a pandemic lifts. Lots of extrapolation from noisy data. Not a good idea. So basically, calm down. Still looking like a fast recovery. Okay, so Paul here, right? He said it's still looking like a fast recovery, but he doesn't want to talk about the unemployment. He don't want to talk about unemployment, okay? Because what other reason would people still be not trying to get all these jobs that's out here? There's so much money out here to be made that people don't want unless they're being paid by the government. Again, these liberal economists think they're smarter than the average person. And listen, I'm not saying they're not smart. I'm pretty sure Paul Krugman would destroy me in a debate, right? He is a trained economist, okay? But sometimes I think these guys really overthink things. Although I will say, when it comes to macroeconomics, even economists really don't understand economics because it is the study of human behavior, right? That's really what it comes down to. And human behavior is unpredictable. So I understand them making a mistake. But let's actually ask some other economists what they think in regards to unemployment, in the sense that it may be a disincentive to work, because Paul Krugman's not the only economist out there. So the Chicago Booth School actually released some data of a survey in which they asked economists two questions. Question A was, the $300 supplement to weekly unemployment benefits available from now through September 6th constitutes a major disincentive to work for lower wage workers. The responses were 5% strongly agree, 23% agree, 49% uncertain, 16% disagree, 0% strongly disagree, 0% no opinion, and 7% did not answer. So as you can see, guys, there are more economists, okay, that agree that the $300 a week weekly supplement constitutes a major disincentive to work for lower wage workers, okay? But if you listen to the Biden administration, if you listen to the media, they'll say, well, it's not disincentivizing. They'll say that the economists are saying that is not a disincentive. That's what they'll say. They won't even say they don't know, which a majority of people say they don't know, right? They're uncertain, okay? And that's probably an honest answer, right? Uncertain. I'm not surprised by that at all. But more people agree, okay, than disagree. You got 5% that strongly agree. So if you add those two together, okay, you got 28% agree or strongly agree to 16% that disagree or strongly disagree. And there's 0% that strongly disagree. Okay. Now, they also weighted the responses by the experts' confidence. Okay. In which, again, as you can see here, you still have 9% strongly agree, 20% agree, and 18% disagree. 55% uncertain. Okay. and 0% strongly disagree. And then you also have question B here. It says the $300 supplement to weekly unemployment benefits available from now through September 6th is likely to lead to reemployment wages for currently unemployed workers that are higher by an economically meaningful amount. Okay, so what he's saying is that will $300 employment benefits, will that cause reemployment wages to go up? Okay, and that could lead to some inflation. Now, 35% say they agree, 44% say they're uncertain, and 14% say they disagree. 0% strongly agree or strongly disagree. Okay, so I will say, to the Biden administration credit, if the whole point of the enhanced unemployment is to force companies to raise their wages, yeah, it's working, right? That is definitely working. Okay, hey, it is what it is. Obviously, you have the responses weighted by each expert's confidence. Now, as you can see here, and I'm going to link this just so you guys have this information. These are the economists. These are from MIT, Yale, Berkeley, University of Chicago, MIT, Harvard. Yeah, these are legitimate economists. Okay, these are legit that basically give their opinions and give a little bit more of a detailed response in regards to why they marked what they marked. Okay, so as you can see there, when the Biden administration tells you that unemployment benefits are not disincentivizing people to work, and they're saying that the economists are saying that, it's BS. It's a lie. Okay, we just saw a survey from a bunch of Ivy League level economists, legitimate ass economists, that instantly disproved that. And at this point, like I said, the media has to start calling Biden out on this. Okay, they have to start asking real questions about why is the jobs report lagging? Why is the recovery lagging, even though it's projected that the economy is supposed to be on fire? It's almost like they just don't want to hold Biden to any standard whatsoever. And it's really frustrating to see because, again, the economy's open back up. Businesses open back up. You have all this money out here to spend. There's no reason why the recovery shouldn't be faster. There's no reason why. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.